A reading from the Gospel of Luke. Jesus said, "But woe to you, Pharisees, for you tithe mint and rue and herbs of all kinds, and neglect justice and love of God. It is these you ought to have practiced, without neglecting the others. Woe to you, Pharisees, for you love to have the seat of honor in synagogues and to be greeted with respect in the marketplaces. Woe to you, for you are like unmarked graves, and people walk over them without realizing it." One of the lawyers answered him, "Teacher, when you say these things, you insult us too." And he said, "Woe also to you, lawyers, for you load people with burdens hard to bear, and you yourselves do not lift a finger to ease them." Our reading today, we can call it the Tale of Four Woes, are Jesus highlighting the difference between heart and action. Our first woe is about tithing. Jesus is not condemning the practice of tithing, but the practice of tithing really needs to be oriented in the love of God and the justice for all God's people. We must give in that place, not give just to check a box. The second one is the Pharisees, who like to sit in the places of honor. These are religious leaders who are really just going through the motions, but not doing it for the right reasons. The third woe to the Pharisees is probably the harshest. In Jesus' time, graves were properly marked because they were considered unclean. And so if a grave was marked, you knew to walk around it. And Jesus called these Pharisees graves that are unmarked, basically saying that you defile people without their knowledge. They don't know what they're stepping in. Woe to all of these religious practices that, done with an ill heart, done without grounding in the love and justice of God, is a waste of time. Well, then we have a lawyer who pops in, and Jesus woes him too. Then lawyers are meant to lift burdens. They're meant to free people, to help people. And instead, he's saying that these lawyers are adding to the burden of God's people. So as religious people, as followers of God, we are called to do many things. We are called to give. We're called to give of our time and our energy and of our money. But if we don't do that with the right heart, and if we're not oriented in the love and justice of God, then woe to us too. So this day, let us explore our own hearts to ensure that the actions that we're doing come from a place that is deeply rooted in the love and justice of God. Otherwise, woe to us too. Amen.